If you have this stitch on your home sewing machine, then you can blind hem everything you own in your closet, pants, skirts, dresses, and never have to pay a tailor or alterations specialist again. Notice how the stitch is essentially several straight stitches in a row and then a zigzag stitch before it resumes the straight stitching. I'm going to show you the magic of home sewing blind hemming. And I'm going to show you how to do it on an actual pair of pants. Many demos out there in internet land only show you how to blind hem on a flat piece of fabric. I'm going to show you how to do it on an actual pair of pants. Now, what do I actually mean by blind hem? What I mean is the manufacturer has achieved an invisible effect or nearly invisible effect from the hemming. And it looks like this. Here they have serged, and then when you look really close, they used a blind hemming machine to catch in a chain stitch the fabric. And it barely penetrates the fabric, and that's why it's so blind. Now what we're going to achieve with this stitch on this pair of pants is a nearly blind effect. So if you're fussy about a truly blind effect, you may not care for this technique, but I'm going to show it to you and then you can decide for yourself. So see, the great thing about doing it on your home sewing machine is these stitches of integrity, they don't ravel out like will happen with the manufacturer's chain stitch. So while the definite benefit of manufacturer blind hemming is truly blind, the con is that when you snag it or it somehow becomes undone, that hem, it just chain stitches right out. And then you're left with a gapping hem that will eventually fall down. So here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to show you all the basic steps leading up to blind hemming, and then I'm going to thoroughly show you how to do it on your machine. This pair of pants needs to be hemmed up 1.5 inches. Now take out the old stitching. Pull all the fabric out and lay it flat. Here's the new fold line, but where's the new cutting line going to be? Ideally, it's going to be anywhere from 1.5 to 2 inches out. Well, look at the old fold line is that 1.5 inches out, so I'm going to use it to my advantage. I'm going to cut just 1/4 inch beyond the old fold line, and you'll see why in just a minute. And I prefer pinking shears, so that's what I did. If you don't happen to have the advantage of the old fold line occurring in just the right spot, well, then you just go ahead and press under this 1/4 inch. Before we go further, we need to figure out how we want our raw edge handled here. Are you going to pink like I did? Are you going to fold under like I did? Are you going to serge? Are you going to use the zigzag stitch on your machine? Just what are you going to do? For those of you who don't have a serger, I want you to have the benefit of the magic of home sewing blind hemming, and so I have opted for folding under. What you do next is press the new fold line. Alright, we're pressed on the new fold line. We know that we have 1.5 inches pressed down and 1/4 inch lipped under, and we're ready to go over to the machine and blind hem. Exciting! However, before we go over to the machine, we have to rock and roll an exceptionally great pin job that sets us up for success at the machine. What I'm going to show you next might seem particularly daunting, it might seem just too tricky, but we're going to stick with it until we get it. Begin at one or the other side seams facing you. Now, I find it advantageous to have the pants hanging down. Pick it up and flip it back once, almost as though you were going to cuff it. Then begin